What's up, Alicia? So great to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, good to see you again too. I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Although we just got an alert that there's some kind of a tropical system moving our way. So, living
Oh,
along the Gulf here, that's what you deal with. Hopefully
yeah.
it'll be not too bad. Which is actually a fair place to start because I have spent many a time in New Orleans, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where actually this story takes place.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to get the accent down? Because you nailed it.
Yeah,
No,
that's like
I,
the freaked out like foreign Swedish actors always terrified of those things. No, but it's also like I love, stepping into these characters. And I think, I've actually, I haven't played American very often. It was my second time. And, the joy of going to New Orleans, getting the chance to play a woman from Louisiana was, wonderful. I went out there as soon as I knew we were going to shoot the film. I went out to New Orleans, spent a few weeks there, tried to immerse myself in the culture, or I did. And if anything, I was met by the kindest, most, the hospitality that I was met by the people there was incredible. People kind of, I was curious about the kind of work that Kathy, my character, did, or where she went. The people like brought me to their workplace, or took me out and showed me their favorite places, or restaurants, or favorite bars and places I can go and listen to music. So I now hope I get another film that will take me back to New Orleans.
It's a great city. You can get in a lot of
Yeah.
trouble there, though. I will warn everybody watching this on that one. It's yeah, but it's a lot of fun. A lot of times people ask the question, what do you hope people take away from a story like this? But I'm actually going to turn it on you because I get the feeling, knowing you over the years that you and I have discussed, different roles. I want to know what impact this particular story and this role had on you because there's some deep stuff going on.
I think as soon as I'd read the script, I called up and I had a chat with Justin. But I think just when I actually finished the last page, I probably took up my phone and started to Google, because this subject matter that is in this film, or this issue, was something that I almost didn't feel embarrassed. And this is apparently not an American issue. This has happened all over the world. This is a situation where children that get legally adopted to a country then ends up later on with in a loophole where the right paperwork hasn't been finished, and a government can actually deport this person who's lived their entire life in one place, and even tear them away from families and sometimes even children. And it's wonderful when stories or films can actually shine light upon issues that you maybe you weren't aware of earlier.
Thank you for saying that. Happy birthday, October 3rd. Congratulations on the new arrival. And I'm voting on Tomb Raider. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, great. Another voice. Yeah, me too. I hope so too.
Hey, good to see you, my
Take
friend.
care.
Take care.
Yeah,
Be
take
safe.
care, Dave.
Hey, very nice to meet you.
Well, actually, funny you should say that, and that's where we're going to start. When I started, my background is radio, but when I started covering film, one of my first movie interviews was 21 and over, and you and I were hanging out in LA many years ago. It's been that long.
Was that at
but
Saddle Ranch?
yes, and we actually hung out the night before, and then the next
Nice.
day it was a long night. I'll just leave it at that. But I was like, wait a minute, is this Justin that I partied with? And I remember from like one of my first, dude, it's so good to see you, man.
Yeah, great to see you then, Dave. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I must have been inebriated because I don't got many brain cells left.
No, you looked at me and you said, wait a minute, you're seriously doing the interviews tomorrow? Because I don't think I had convinced you that I was a real journalist. And then the next day you saw me at the interviews and you were like, oh my gosh, it is you, dude. It was great. I had a blast, man. Hey, listen,
Wonderful.
great. I love this. I want to start. Tell me the inspiration behind this powerful, because that's exactly what it is, story that needs to be told right now.
Absolutely. I have a lot of adoptee friends, and I started hearing that this issue was taking place, that adoptees that were brought over to this country when they were children, as adults, are finding out they were never American citizens. Their parents didn't file the right paperwork, or the myriad of reasons why it didn't get done. So I just was completely shocked that this kind of thing could take place. They didn't have a choice in coming to this country, you know, they're brought as children. So I think it's the adults' responsibility that those things are taken care of, and especially the government. So my heart bled for adoptees that were going through this, and I felt like it's an important issue that we shine a light on.
You filmed in New Orleans, which I'm just down the road from there. I spent many time in New Orleans. Why specifically put the story there?
New Orleans is a very special place to me. You know, the people, it's diverse, unlike anywhere else in the United States. It's a resilient place. You know, they've dealt with so many natural disasters, but they somehow find a way to carry on and keep a spirit, like a beautiful spirit. And I feel like that embodied who Antonio was. You know, there's this sort of also like this French influence, which, you know, was so fitting for a story like this. And you know, what does it mean to be an American? You know, and then also, you know, I wanted to get two Asian American cultures, not cultures, ethnicities into one film. And there's a huge Vietnamese enclave in New Orleans that came as refugees after the Vietnam War that were placed there. So, you know, those are the many reasons I thought New Orleans was a perfect place to shoot this. Also, it's the South.
The emotional impact is heavy. Did that motivate you to really get this story told and shown, you know, throughout production? Because I know you spoke to immigration lawyers, and that must have been frustrating, knowing that this does happen in real life. But did that motivate you and push you and continue to drive you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, my purpose for this film is to bring empathy to someone who's going through this, and I wanted it to feel very real and authentic, and not like a propaganda piece. You know, Antonio is a flawed human, but, you know, I asked the question of, do people deserve second chances? And especially if you know, you're a person that's brought here that had no choice, like, should you not be allowed to stay? And you know, I think that the whole policy aspect of it, I just think is, you know, there's a Child Citizenship Act of 2000 that automatically grants citizenship to children who were adopted after 2000. I just don't know why that's not retroactive to people before. And, you know, I think that, you know, legislation and policy in this country, I'm not very political and all, and I'm not an expert by any means. I only tell human stories, but legislation, it seems like, you know, the more attention you can bring to it, the more it needs to be sort of dealt with. So that's my hope for this film.
Justin, thank you for your time today, man. And thank you for this wonderful movie. Dude, next time we'll do this in person again. I'm so happy to see you, my friend. It really is special.
Yeah, it's so great to see you, Dave.
All right, brother. Take care, man. Y'all be safe.
All right, take care.
Bye.